Welcome everyone to True Ball Banter with me, Fapes.
Shashi, you wanted to say Trent Ball Banter, right?
I was too excited with the episode. Well, yeah, since you already let the bloopers out, so we're gonna talk about Trent today.
Yeah, I think Trent, if you're watching this, no words.
Well,
But I'm also
Trent,
interested to know what you guys think about it.
well, Trent, if you are watching at this video, I hope you do.
Friend,
Put a-
watching this video, I hope you go. I hope you leave something.
See, this is why you should stay. Because you see how much joy we are giving United fans.
On top of that, we're not going to also talk about Trent, but we'll talk about the games that transpired over the week. Some good things that United came out of the box already, finally. Yeah, I think Sashi, you need to get a box, I believe.
I mean, if actually they win the Europa League, I'll be very upset. I'll be disappointed because it kind of like, even a shit United team can win the Europa League. It's like, what? And
But
yeah.
you also have two shit teams in the final. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I totally agree because both United and Tottenham don't deserve to be in the Champions League, but that's how it is. One of us are going to go to the Champions League. So
Yeah, I mean, when Liverpool won the Champions League in 2005, they didn't deserve to be in the Champions League, but they went there because they won the Champions
But
League.
this was like bottom half of the table, bro.
yeah, this is talking about we're talking about the last. Yeah, I think it's almost close to relegation. Both teams.
But honestly, what are your thoughts on? Maybe we'll go to that later.
Correct.
We'll cover the trend stuff first. Yeah.
Yeah, and before we go further, we would like to, since you guys are watching, make sure don't forget to subscribe our channel.
Please.
And please always like our channels
Yes.
so we can strive to give you more episodes and more contents as well.
Definitely.
Yep. So getting back to the topic, so when the news broke out about Trent deciding to leave Liverpool, what was your reaction, Sashi?
Okay, I saw the video on Instagram first. When I saw it, I couldn't watch the full thing. I mean, I think it's a video that he and his PR team created because there was footage of his whole journey from young time and all. It was very nicely edited, so that means they would have took some time to prepare it and release it. And the song, background music made it like, emotional and stuff. Like, bro, you're not like you're forced out of the club, you're leaving by choice.
Yep.
But yeah, immediate reaction, disappointed, angry. They didn't want to put anything out there. And I actually have a tweet that I tweeted in that very moment because I wanted to remember the emotion that I felt. It's not going to be nice, guys. But okay, this is what I said. It was 5 days ago. I said, honestly, I don't know how to feel about Trent leaving. Are we not the pinnacle? Why do big clubs continue to lure our best players? I'm hurt, hardened, and in many ways losing hope. At this moment, I can't wish him all the best. That's truly my sentiment.
Painful. I understand your feelings, bro.
Yeah, I mean, you guys have experienced that a little bit with Beckham, maybe,
Actually, with Beckham and also with Ronaldo with 2009.
and Van Nistelrooy.
It's not really much.
You kicked him out there. lah.
Actually, I think I still remember, Gabe, that you were a bit disappointed when Ronaldo decided to leave for Real Madrid, right?
You know what's the saddest part about Ronaldo leaving? We Malaysian fans couldn't get to see Ronaldo coming to Malaysia because United came to Bukit Jalil in 2009 and we missed just because of Madrid. That's one thing.
That was a very close one.
Yeah, but so we can understand. But I think compared to Ronaldo and Trent, I would say Trent leading is a bigger. I feels a bit competent because he was actually from the academy of Liverpool, whereas Ronaldo was just a purchase from Sporting Lisbon. So the connection is far greater with Liverpool.
Do you think that Trent already contributed whatever he has to contribute for Liverpool and then he feel this is the next stage in life?
Okay, there's two ways to look at it. A lot of Liverpool fans and former ex-players, for example, Stevie Nicol and all, they're saying he didn't cost you nothing. He came from the academy. He's going for free. He's going to one of the biggest clubs in the world. Wish him well. Thank him for the service that's provided. All the best to him. My argument is that Real Madrid is our competitor.
Yep.
Real Madrid have more Champions Leagues than us. Real Madrid has beaten us in 2 Champions League finals. You guys were there. How in your wildest dream do you think going to our competitor for the Europeans' greatest prize is going to expect Liverpool fans to well wishes for that? Doesn't make sense to me. If you're going to a club that is not competing against Liverpool, that's fine. And you tell us that you want a new lease of life, you want a new culture, you want a new thing, great. But you're going to a club that is directly fighting for the Champions League every year with Liverpool. What the hell? It didn't make sense. Even Mohamed Salah said that if one day I leave Liverpool, if I come up against Liverpool, I don't think I can do it. For somebody that's not a born and bred player to say that, but for Trent to think that because it's all about, he wanting that culture, he wanting to be the first right back to win the Ballon d'Or and all that crap. Bro, if you are Liverpool, if you live in the city, you know that Real Madrid is a competitor of Liverpool. We play in Champions League finals. We play almost every season. How can it going there be okay? In your wildest minds, what are you thinking?
But that also goes to say that not every players are loyal to the club also. Because I would say some examples like you'll see like Alan Shearer didn't want to move out of Newcastle when multiple bids from United because of his personal glory was actually to win the Premier League, but he decided to stay on with his home club.
I think it's because he won the Premier League with Blackburn already.
Yeah, correct. But he could have won more if he would have gone to United.
I have a feeling he doesn't want to admit it, but he kind of regrets it.
Yeah, because I think he decided to stay in his homeboy club. And moving a bit more further, do you still remember Francesco Totti?
Yeah.
At AS Roma? So I think he had many chances to go to AC Milan or Juventus or what, but he decided to go against it.
Even Del Piero got relegated with Juve, right? Sir Alex called him up, apparently wanted to sign him, and he said, my team is struggling right now.
My team needs me, so
I
cannot abandon the club, right? Yeah.
But personally, for me, right, I feel about Trent leaving. I think end of the day, it's down to the player's choice because at United, we have seen players like Beckham from the academy, Nicky Butt, Phil Neville. This guy is leaving United and ways other clubs.
But they're not. Okay, Ronaldo going to a direct competitor.
Okay, Ronaldo is not from academy, so I don't want to include him.
But they're not going to direct competitors. Nicky Butt.
David Beckham.
Yeah, where did he go?
Real Madrid. 2003.
Okay, he's from the academy, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. He's the exception, similar to Trent. That's why I brought him up earlier as well. But the likes of Nicky Butt and stuff, they were thrown, for lack of a better word, pushed out the door because they needed more playing time and they weren't getting it.
But Beckham was also pushed out. Do you remember that he would have stayed for United?
Beckham
even without the follow-up.
Yes, true. And of course, Real Madrid at the time they were looking for players who were able to sell jerseys, and Beckham was one of the best at the time.
Trent is going to sell jerseys now.
Oh, please don't forget, his best friend is there, Jude Bellingham. I think all have forgotten.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe Bellingham played a key part in that because they're best friends.
You can't say that. Maybe Trent would have saw how English players are thriving in Spain. So that could be the
Bellingham is
reason
younger to him.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a bit of enviousness.
Some ego in him, I guess.
Like, hey, I'm already 26. I've only played here. What else more can I achieve with Liverpool and all that?
Yep.
But Arsene Wenger made it a great point. He said that Real Madrid have been doing this for years, where they tap players up early on. They probably spoke to Trent a while back and told him the conditions. If you want to join Real Madrid, follow these rules, and this is why he probably didn't sign a contract extension.
Correct.
Follow this rule, let your contract run out, and then come to us. If you want to join Real Madrid, probably Bellingham have played a part in that as well. If you want to join Real Madrid, this is the rules. Do it accordingly. And when you're tapped up by one of the greatest clubs in the world, the most followed club in the world, Real Madrid is just, hate to admit it, they are another level in terms of European giant, right? It turns you, I guess. The frustration for Liverpool fans is that Liverpool are at the top now, right? We are high. In fact, Real Madrid are not. If you compare right now, Liverpool probably will beat Real Madrid as a team level. They're a better team than Real Madrid. They got maybe better players.
On
right?
form, yes. Right.
So that's the disappointing thing for Liverpool fans, because Gerrard could have left and we were a shit team. He could have left. And if he left, we would have understood, because we can't win things.
Correct.
But Trent can win things here. He can potentially be part of the team that wins the 21st Premier League title that supersedes United.
Breaking the record.
Will go down into history.
Yes.
As a boyhood fan, why isn't that enough for you?
One thing about players, right? What I notice is, right, of course, we Asians, right, for us, when we support our clubs in the Premier League, we think that why our players are going to Real Madrid. But actually, from a perspective of players who are playing in the Premier League, actually, I noticed many of them actually, their dream has always been wanting to play for Real Madrid. Well, I think it's because the value of Real Madrid and how they stand in terms of being the European giants in all of Europe. So a lot of players, their dream is to win with Madrid things,
I think the winning mentality that Real Madrid and Barcelona have, that's where a lot of players, they ultimately their goal is to actually go to either one of the clubs and prove themselves up. This one, this is because I remember during my time when we were young, we remember most of the Latin players like the Brazilians and the Argentinians. They will go to any of the clubs, but in the interim, but finally their end goal was to represent Real Madrid or Barcelona.
They all said that, no, who can say no to Barcelona? Even Mascherano when he left Liverpool.
Yep.
Pepe Reina even said that there's one point when Victor Valdez was being considered to be replaced. Pepe Reina was like, if Barcelona comes calling, how can you say no to Barca?
Yes.
Because their upbringing is different, right?
And one more thing is also, there's another factor actually, weather.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, England is always raining, cold weather. I think the players prefer Spain because it's sunny and the weather is much better.
Yeah, that's
also
a good point.
because
Lifestyle, right?
Also because of that, I think the Spanish league at that point of time, like during the December holidays, they have a 2 weeks break lah.
Yeah.
Whereas Englishmen prefer to have
the wags need the break lah.
Yep.
And the sun.
Need some sunbathing.
But I mean, just briefly, the other thing that I wanted to point out why Real Madrid is such a draw is because of the greatest players that have played there.
Yep.
Like Bellingham is wearing Zidane's number 5, that is like wow, right?
Yeah.
You're playing for a club that's Zidane, R9, CR7, all these Galacticos played for. It's like to be part of them. You can understand like even Michael Owen couldn't resist.
So I think Trent must be looking up to what's the guy's name? the defender that tackled Salah.
Ramos.
Yeah. Legendary guy, really. I mean, it's quite legendary.
Yeah.
I think the sad part about Real Madrid's legends, do you know that Raul, their top scorer, he is actually currently coaching the B team or one of Madrid's youth team. And apparently, I heard the news recently that currently, because Xabi Alonso is the favorite to take over, and I heard that I was actually a bit disappointed because he thought he could be promoted to.
To be honest, Raul also last time when he was in his twilight days, also he was actually ushered out very in a bad way also.
Yeah, because
he didn't have a good farewell and he was just pushed
even
out.
Iker Casillas, so I thought didn't have a good farewell.
Fernando Hierro, same thing.
Yeah, Keylor Navas also won so many Champions Leagues for them. I was like, kind of sad they are ending a bit. But for me, I think it's understandable why Alonso is favorite because he got first team experience. Raul needs to get out of the B team, go manage somewhere first team, and then get that experience. Yeah.
And also Xabi Alonso has won before. So he wants the winning mentality, I guess.
I think the only legend in Madrid Raiders I know who's actually loved by the fans was David Beckham. Actually, I think he had a very good.
Really?
Yeah. Beckham actually was really loved by the fans.
That was Michael Owen.
He was.
I think Beckham because of his looks. The guy went there with a ponytail. I remember he had a long hair with a ponytail. And I think the fans were really.
I think you are speaking as a fan also, right?
Not from fakenewstv.com.
Guys, I don't know lah. Gabe has a bunch of clubs that he supports, so
we'll come to that later.
I mean, so because of that, I think Beckham was one of those who actually had a very good rapport. Even though Beckham was part of the most unsuccessful Real Madrid team.
Yeah, they didn't win a Champions League, right? That's so sad that
They
R9
didn't win the Premier.
The
Spanish League was the last one before he left, I guess.
Yeah, and R9 didn't win a Champions League, bro. Can you believe it? How shocking that is.
So you understand one team to win everything what we asked.
But technically, Cristiano Ronaldo only won 2 La Liga titles.
Yeah.
That doesn't look great on him, man. That he only was there he only won 2 La Liga titles, although he became top scorer and he was almost top scorer every season. So I feel like I mean that's something to go into. Like actually, Ronaldo scores goals, wins you games, but does he make your team better?
That's another question.
Right, that's another topic in itself.
Initially, yes. Early years, yes. Eventually, when he turned to a striker, he became a bit more selfish.
Okay, just to bring you back, the thing is, Real Madrid is a club. They are more like a business mindset type of module. So they will only take the players which suits them, which is best for business, best for marketing whatsoever, and they will try their best to win whatever competitions they have at that point of time.
He was just really under Edward.
But Real Madrid was a winning model. So that's why I think the time they started off with his Galacticos and it didn't work. But it worked very well in marketing point of view, but it didn't work on the football pitch.
Correct. Same in United, because we were also signed players, big names, they have really big names, but mainly for marketing also, like Alexis Sanchez, Back and Bar, and then eventually they all back by it, but mainly for marketing visits.
Yeah. Even the Galacticos, to some extent, a lot of them failed, right? Because they didn't bring the Champions League.
No, the problem with him was during Florentino Perez time was simple. He wanted someone who can market the club, but he totally forgot that he made the biggest mistake was letting go Claude Makalele. Claude Makalele was he was the so-called water boy for the club. So that he was the one actually the key player who was actually making the club tick and winning the league, winning the trophies and all. So they really struggled without him. I think at one point of time they also put Beckham in that position. They wanted to cope all those fit in all those Galacticos that they bought. So I think now Madrid is a bit different. I think their financials are a bit tight. So they just use the stepping up type of skills. I think they did it for Bellingham now. I think they went for Trent. Even for Mbappe also, right? They did.
Because the way he exited PSG also was like they waited, and then finally they get their man now. But I'm glad as a Liverpool fan, Real Madrid didn't get Steven Gerrard. Just glad.
Yeah, correct. Yeah. Okay. Any final thoughts about Trent?
Well, I think
no comment.
Just wish him all the best. We don't.
Bro, you speak for yourself, bro.
He's happy because England.
Yeah, I mean, as long as he plays well for England, I'm happy.
So you're going to get his jersey now, bro? No more Liverpool already.
You will get his jersey when they play Liverpool in the final.
Yes. Welcome back, guys. We have a couple of shocking news we just heard on live. Mikel Arteta just announced that he wants to rename Arsenal to Next Season FC, and he wants to resign and become Pep's dog immediately. So, what's your take on these guys?
It's from fakenewstv.com.
I mean, the Pep's dog thing is kind of funny because that one is like, maybe then he'll win again, but technically he won the FA Cup. It's just, for me, I think.
How many years ago, bro?
Mikel Arteta is nuts. It's just nuts. I mean, Patrice Evra did a whole reel about them being Netflix FC, right? It's always next season. Yeah. I agree with you. And I'm okay to trash Mikel Arteta because he's talking nonsense. Arsenal is just embarrassing themselves. And Mikel Arteta is the head of the tree. So your manager is usually your
mouthpiece,
your ambassador, right? Or represents your club. And I think he's representing Arsenal in an embarrassing way.
Okay, before that, we will just have a quick recap on all the European games that happened in midweek. Since we're talking about Arsenal, Arsenal had a bad result.
We watched it live, guys.
Yep, we watched it live. So
only some of us watched the whole game now.
Yeah, only watched second half, good. You tired though.
He's second half FC, bro.
I thought that's your second club or something. No,
yeah, technically.
He wanted Arsenal to win, bro. He was so upset.
I was heartbroken, to be honest.
So now he's criticizing Arteta, but he's so supporting Arsenal that time.
Mm-hmm. So how about the Declan Rice goal? Free goal?
I wish Declan Rice had scored the open header in first 4 minutes. That would have changed the course of the game.
Then you would still be doing this fake news for Arteta. Would you still call him Pep's dog?
He will look for PSG's dogs. Who let the dogs out?
Maybe if Arteta goes to managers outside of Arsenal, maybe he'll win now. Or maybe he just works as an assistant manager. They bring in another manager and he becomes assistant manager. Bro.
I think they should consider.
No, he become the throwing coach.
That's the best.
Bro, that's how they got all their chances against PSG.
Do you remember how they scored against us on Arsenal?
Oh yeah.
Oh, the corners.
Exactly. What?
Set piece FC.
Set piece specialist.
But he knew against PSG. How he cornered that?
It didn't work, but that's the only threat they had. Okay, maybe Trossard when he came on, he made a difference lah. But first off, all they had was
actually Saka blew the game. Saka could have easily actually made it really tense.
Yeah, that's because of Trossard. I think it was Trossard. No, California.
California.
Yeah, California.
Saka could have really finished.
Okay, but who cares? Arsenal trophyless again. Yay.
Gunners fans, I pity you guys, but worried.
So what do you think about
Pity
PSG's
them, but
performance?
you're trashing them. Where do you stand, bro?
No, this doesn't bother him.
It's like he's like trashing Arteta, then seconds later he's like sympathizing with
Bro,
them.
he's lalang, bro. So, yeah.
Yeah, he's getting a phone call from Arteta now. Arteta's watching this. What the hell? Bro?
Arteta will just take a flight here and
No,
come.
Malaysian football fans, Arsenal fan TV probably.
I think
watching
he'll
this.
apply for the Malaysia Football Cup, I guess. He'll throw some nasi lemak in the cafeteria. Yeah, so what do you guys think about the PSG's performance second half?
Great.
Second leg.
I mean, overall, I think they knocked out all the 4 English teams. Crazy. I think they are a really top team to watch, lah.
Farmers League.
So-called Farmers League are whacking the Premier League. Yeah. So
But if you look at it, right, I feel, are they really good? Is it because their keeper is the one that is really saving them?
they've had luck, lah. You have to say they've had luck. Also
They had
because-
few lucks. They were riding their lucks also at times, lah.
I mean, let's be very honest. Let's say if Arsenal were just really clinical and their keeper had a bad day, I think that game will be totally.
But you can't just say that because Raya also made some great saves.
Ryan
Now,
also
besides
made
the
some
penalty,
good save, bro.
in the first leg, they had so many one-on-one chances. PSG actually could have finished the game off in the first leg. So, when you talk about overall, you feel PSG was stronger, lah. Arsenal had dominance in moments,
Yep.
right? And their heavy reliance, and this goes back to why Arsenal fans are very upset with Mikel Arteta now. We don't want to make this channel about Arsenal, but we are. They are upset with Mikel Arteta because they didn't get a striker. When in January, Kai Havertz was injured, Jesus injured. Come on, why don't you get a striker, right?
Yeah, would have gone for a striker. I think he would solve some problems because I think I saw Saka create good chances as well. Even Trossard
Yeah, he
also-
put it all in like
all in a
middle,
platter,
right?
bro.
Yeah.
I think even for Hoyland also can score goals with that type of
Let's talk
delivery.
about Boiler, bro.
Yeah, maybe he could get Maguire, bro.
He had Maguire, I think they were won against PSG. Seriously.
He thrown the ball in the box, he won it.
Maguire said it so out of the world.
So whatever it is. So yeah, PSG is in the final, like it or not. So I guess your second choice club will be changing again from Arsenal to PSG. So we'll do some window shopping.
Are we watching the final, guys?
1st of June.
What time is it? 3 o'clock in the morning again. now?
Just get up at the 80th minute, lah.
He know there's extra time, bro.
But actually, I don't think I'm watching the final. I don't really care who wins. That's the honest truth, lah.
Do you
I
think? Okay, let's move to the next one first, lah.
So that's the only final in the English team now.
Yeah, looking at
English clubs, bro.
the 3 finals, yes, lah. Well, how about Inter's performance against Barcelona?
Oh yeah,
Dumfries, man of the
That
match,
was
man of the
superb, bro.
hour.
He's also a right back, right?
Yeah,
Hakimi is also right back.
One
Wow.
two top right backs, man. I mean, their market value would be so high now.
Hakimi is quite old already, I guess.
Yeah, he looks damn young, man.
But he's underrated, you know. He's been doing it a lot of
He
times.
also got some scandal, bro.
Yeah.
Not scandal. It's a positive news, lah. His ex-wife divorced him, but before the divorce happened, he transferred all his assets to his mother's name.
Oh.
So she thought she could divorce him and get his son, but there was nothing in
He
his
was
name.
a smart guy, lah.
Then we know what he said, not. This is what happens when you fail to plan. He's blaming his ex-wife for not planning the divorce.
I think he learned well from a certain guy in Premier League, I think.
Yeah. True Ball Banter is all about these wag stories. So guys.
We should create another segment for it.
But I think it's very sad that we're not going to see Yamin Yamal in the final because...
Hey, but bro, he's still young, bro. There's so many years ahead
No,
of him.
because if you talk about somebody burst onto the scene, right?
Yeah.
This season has been like his breakup.
100 appearance
Shockingly,
already,
he got
bro.
100 appearance for
100
Barca at
appearance.
this age, bro. That's insane.
His goal contribution versus his appearance is at least one goal or assist in a game. In 2 games, he will be there. There's
Only
like
danger for him is that he will burn
burnout.
out.
Yeah, burnout.
Like Rooney very early, right? Because you see what age he's playing 100 games a day.
But I think competitiveness wise, I think he can still survive in La Liga. I think Messi also did it because of that. I think if he were to if he were to play in Premier League, I don't think he can survive. Because the intensity in Premier League is quite high. Right?
Yeah.
Maybe he let's see how it goes because he's still 17. More World Cups to win.
Yeah, I mean,
But it was quite immature for them also. Towards the end of the game, they were trying to close the game out, but they were not closing at the what do you call it, at the penalty shootouts. I mean, at the corners and all. He was trying to go for the game again.
that's the thing with Hansi Flick, bro.
That's the
The
naivety
game
of them.
management is not there.
Yeah, quite naive, I would say. That's why
If you
Inter
had a
took advantage
Busquets
of it.
or a Mascherano there, they would, or Gerard Piqué there, they would close the game out.
Correct.
Finish it.
So they overdid it.
But it's okay, like, it brought us one of the best Champions League games ever,
Yep.
right?
True. Rival United's win that against the odd.
Mm.
Yeah, we might have to take back that best comeback episode. It's rivals that episode.
Good thing.
I want to ask you guys this question because Paul Scholes made this comment. He said if he could swap United season with Arsenal, he would, even if United win the Europa League. Yeah, thoughts on that?
Of course, because he being a legend and never finishing bottom of the table, you can understand how he feels. The game that he had right now. For me, I think dollars. I think I wouldn't. Why? Is because sometimes we should go through the pain. That's when we realize we start to realize what we actually lost and how important it is what we were at one time. Well,
I really wish Scholes would just keep his mouth shut like how he always did last time.
because you
While
honest,
playing.
if you ask Arsenal fans, right, do you think they will be at schools? Right? You would rather have United's position, rather they're getting trophies every season. In a way, they are competing.
Yeah, I disagree with Scholes, but I can see why he said that because the league is the bread and butter.
Yeah, the league is bread and butter.
It's demoralizing for a whole fan base.
Your Premier League is your bread and butter. But then again, at some point of time, you also need to win some trophies as well.
Believe me, I'll tell you the truth. If United finish like exactly what Arsenal are doing, you think Scholes will be quiet? Let people put his mouth and say, why are you not winning trophies? And
Yes, Liverpool fans. Sorry, continue.
These guys are making noise now because if we are 16 or because you're bottom up, but bottom is our table. But
Yeah, I think they are finding. Okay, now that I hear your perspective, I actually understand where you guys are coming from because they are finding reasons to criticize and actually not look at whoa, even if you're this bad, salute what the achievement of reaching a final because you can see so many teams have gone years without winning a trophy. So that is a skill in itself. So I think even Gary Neville mentioned this, like he was talking about how this is one of the worst United teams ever to watch, yet the fans still can enjoy and celebrate at the end of the season. It's still something.
There's
Right.
something
It's
to
still
look
something.
forward.
it's almost supernatural to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of the Leon game, yes, that was supernatural.
It's like a miracle from heaven, really. How we won that game, until today I can't believe.
I can't believe it. Like the few
We are actually
seconds
planning
we
to do a watch along for the Europa League final just to see United fans cry when Spurs win the trophy.
had. I'll get you the Tottenham jersey, bro.
But if you do a live stream, I think a lot of non-halal words will come out of Ganesh if United lose.
Let us know if you want us to bleep the comments or not.
He'll be Paul Scholes, bro. Then.
We was involved with also the
Ginger head, bro. Okay.
really a very test salary.
Yeah,
Thanks.
but actually, the thing is, to be honest, if you ask me,
No, the truth you won't worry. The truth is, the saddest part about the final is, both teams can't afford to lose. That's the worst part.
Isn't that good? Then they will go all out.
And the truth is, there has to be one loser. That's the saddest part. There has to be one loser. When the thing is, I look at it, I think both teams deserve credit because they're very fighting so bad.
So come on, give it to Spurs, lah, bro. They haven't won a trophy.
so you're willing to give it to Spurs? Bro?
Give it to Spurs, bro. Come on, sacrifice for the greater good.
Which greater good is this, bro?
Greater good for the Premier League, lah, bro. No, because Andrews, I think he'll be sacked also.
I think Angie Postecoglou, I think is in for the sack already, I believe. Like.
Yeah, I mean, even if he brings trophies, I think they're planning to replace him. What make a difference, lah?
Yeah, but that's his second season. To be fair to Spurs, they had crazy amount of injuries, and they were playing with literally their B squad every week. So I feel it's a bit unfair, the criticism, because Spurs fans are a bit like Arsenal, neither here nor there. They're like, they won fancy football, they won trophies, and they want to win up the league. I think sometimes you have to pick and choose. You have to pick and choose. Okay, this is a shit season. Congratulate your team for being in the final. But winning is the one that makes the difference. I think.
Do you remember the club called Newcastle? Newcastle winning the Carling Cup was actually a big thing, and then that galvanized the whole. The rest of the season as well.
And the first trophy in 70 years.
Yeah, and actually, and they're still challenging for the top 4. For Champions League spot. So it shows that actually you can win a trophy, you can still play in the Premier League well. Yeah.
But actually, the thing is, the problem with the chairmen and all, they want every manager to come in to win something. Realistically,
realistically, it's only 1 league and 4 trophies a season. So how big can you work?
I think you want to see your team competing. You want to see your team competing. I think that's why Paul Scholes is frustrated. I hate to go back to this, but when United don't even lay a glove on anybody in the Premier League, and people just touch them, they lose 4-1, 4-3, they concede goals like that. It's hard. There's no resilience in the United team when I see in the Premier League. But in the Europa League, I can see there's this will to want to come back. They want to give it their all. They're sacrificing and all that stuff. So maybe that's where Paul Scholes comes from.
I think you have to realize I think United players have really realized they can't do anything in the league, so that's why they're giving everything.
But one thing I learned from United this season is not to say they don't have the willpower to win. They just have they'll just select and play, which is the best.
They have a soft underbelly.
Yeah.
Best evidence and still 2-2 draw. How on earth could we go to Liverpool and almost beat them at Anfield?
And Maguire almost scoring a last minute goal, right?
Yep.
No. And then the other games you can lose 3-4-1. So it goes out to show it's all to the attitude, bro.
Well, so that says a lot. Amorim has got a big job next season.
You were saying something about Roy Keane giving his comment, right?
Yeah, he did say that, the frustrating thing for him is even if you play 2 games a week, whatever, you still need to be able to compete. I think it's frustrating for him because he was like that midfielder that, killed it, right? So when you see United barely compete in the Premier League and then suddenly turn it on like a switch on the Europa League, it's a bit like, what? Wait, what? Is this the same team?
Yeah.
Am I watching the same team? Or is it a different squad playing the Europa League, different squad playing the Premier League? It shouldn't be where's the identity?
It's the Jekyll and Hyde team.
Yeah. He goes to Tottenham.
All right, welcome back, guys. We're going to do a final segment with Fapes as the host of a but a very famous, Gabes calls it the Q&A session. It's actually a very scary quiz, right? So we'll see
Damn scary.
who wins. But before that, guys, we've been checking out our channel, and we spent hours going through some comments, millions of comments from all our fans. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the
Keep it flowing some more.
the warmth. Okay, I'm using the wrong words already. Yeah, let me just bring up some comments that we got. We've got Yogin TK. Wow, Fabian, keep rocking. Bro, you got fans. Yep.
Oh.
Yeah, early fans, man. Thanks, man.
We have Simon Suresh that put a fire emoji next to Ganesh. I think he's in love with it's a bromance going on over there. Then Debarun Nata says, this is a shot we posted about Fabes was talking about Ron Atkinson as one of the first United managers. And he put there, Rowan Atkinson? Okay, probably a fan of Mr. Bean. You got Yokin TK again commenting a funny emoji. Thanks, guys. That's really great. You find the shots funny. It really touches our heart. It's small thing, but it's big thing for us. Elisa Lalita also put a smiley emoji there. Thank you so much for your support. It's I think on the shot on the David Seaman. David Seaman one.
The one adjusting his pants, right?
And the final one was the shot on Maguire as a striker. I can just see it again here. We talked about Harry Maguire potentially being a striker, and this comment says 3 of the most local Man United supporters in the world. Bro, I'm not a United fan. I am a Liverpool fan.
He's a Liverpool fan,
Guys, he's got to check his jersey out, man.
You better check my jersey, bro.
Then there's a follow-up reply to that comment. It says, one of them is wearing a Liverpool shirt. Yes, good eye. They're all global clubs. Who the bleep wants to support Mumbai FC or something? What? Okay, we got...
Guys, we're not Mumbai FC.
Yeah, bro. We are local nations, bro.
Alright, and then this fan continues to say that there are loads of United fans here in London. So you're actually commenting from London. If that is indeed true, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you guys.
Oh, it's great that our reach went to
We are
London.
not club supporters of London clubs, Manchester clubs.
But who knows? In the
Merseyside
future,
clubs.
we might do some live
Oh,
shows.
okay.
There's potential.
Sorry, my second team is from London.
There's a potential.
Yeah,
Second, third, fourth, fifth,
now
sixth.
now you'll say Arsenal, then later Chelsea, and then
Okay,
Oh,
so
Tottenham also.
so thank you guys for putting in your comments. Really appreciate it. The next thing we want to ask you is that even this video as you're watching it now, you can ask a question because we will go through it and we'll bring it up in the next episode. Maybe just bring it up. Do you agree with some of the comments we say? Are we making sense? You know, is any of us frustrating you? You know, share your thoughts. This is
Are we talking crap?
Hey,
This
my
is-
brother is Banter channel, so crap is totally allowed.
yeah, because we don't entertain lawsuits.
What's that again?
Okay, yeah, so that's my bit on the comments. Fabs, let's go to the quiz.
Okay,
Yes.
since we were talking about Trent, right? So just have a quick Q&A about Trent. I know Sashi be very excited.
Oh, man.
I don't know,
Let's
I
do
think
it.
Okay, so
Wait,
just ask,
before we start, I'm winning all the quizzes so far, right?
yeah, technically.
Do I get a prize? I technically am.
You
Prize
get
supposed-
the prize, bro. The prize will be you get a Real Madrid jersey with Trent's name on it.
That's so mean, man. That's so
yeah,
mean.
that's a nice one, bro.
That's a good one, but it's mean, bro.
Okay, bro.
You-
See, it's in the future. It's, I don't know.
If you want
That
to
should have
burn,
been a surprise. That would have shocked me. Man.
okay, I'll just ask you some. Since your knowledge about Liverpool
It's very bad.
very bad, close to zero.
Okay.
So I'll just ask you simple questions about
Yeah.
Trent. Okay. First question. What is Trent's squad number at Liverpool?
66.
Phew. Correct.
It was a cheap giveaway, but okay.
Okay,
Plus, I
Sashi,
remember the number 666 because of that.
why do you like 66, bro?
Red Devil's number, bro.
You know, yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so Sashi, I think I will ask you a question. I think you will know this answer, Zola. What is Trent's full name?
Trent Alexander-Arnold.
Sure?
Does he have a middle name?
He does.
You know, it must be the correct name, according to
Yeah.
Oh man, shit, I don't know. I only know
Oh,
Trent
my goodness.
Alexander-Arnold.
No, Liverpool fan, bro.
Okay,
Yeah.
bro.
Shit, man, I'm
Okay.
embarrassed. I'm embarrassed.
His real name is Trent John Alexander-Arnold.
Oh, man.
Damn, I didn't know that.
The word of John.
Yeah, bro.
That's interesting. That's a fun fact for me. Shit,
Yep.
man. I didn't know.
Alright.
3-0.
What 3
Three points, bro. What is this?
See, he's
Where?
giving himself points. Come on.
Self-praise, bro. Self-praise.
Okay.
Okay. I'll ask you this question, lah. What trophy did Trent won in the 2019-2020 season?
Premier League trophy. First Premier League with Liverpool.
You sure?
Yeah.
Yeah, you are correct.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Okay, don't shock
This
Sundari,
quiz
bro.
is rigged, guys. He's just wanting the United fan to get more points.
Hey, I asked you a simple question, dude. Just now.
He said clearly simple, bro. He didn't say it's hard.
It's so obvious. Even anybody watching this can know that two of you are ganging up against me. Go ahead. Have your fun.
Yeah,
Have your
come
fun.
on.
Have your fun.
He asked you about that name.
Dem matter. Have your fun. Have your fun.
Okay. So, Sashi, which footballer Trent idolizes when growing up?
Holy shit! Has to
Yeah,
be Steven
bro.
Gerrard. Steven Gerrard, lah.
Yeah, correct.
Right?
It's still 7.
Why is you?
Bro, it's not your turn to answer.
Okay, Mr.
Can you stop involving all these things?
Okay.
He's putting dreams of CR7 in other people's room.
Okay, I'll ask you a bit of a fun fact, lah. What is the name?
Bro,
Okay,
that's a serious question. What is Trent Alexander's father's name?
Trent John the senior.
Senior Arnold.
Okay, what is the name of the? Okay, Trent has a charity co-founded. So, what is the name of the foundation?
Bird FC?
Can I try?
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know the name, but I know it's something to do with the. If you don't make it in football, it's your next kind of opportunity. Something to do with the next life or something. Is it?
No, it's actually Trent Alexander-Arnold Foundation.
What the hell? So easy. How did I
That's
not
why.
get that? So easy.
They all easy questions, you know. Okay, I'll ask you another question. Which?
Why so lame, bro? You just want to win, is it? Pathetic,
So
lah, bro.
you got a point, lah, bro.
So pathetic.
The Premier League ends after 2 games.
Okay, which famous football legend praised Trent's passing ability by comparing him to a midfielder?
Which legend?
Which famous football
Bro, there's so many legends to talk
football
about.
player? The current football player is still playing. It's actually wrong. It's not football legend.
Hey, the question is for me, bro.
Oh, he.
Right, for me, right?
Oh, yeah.
Just now, the
Foundation was him.
foundation. Yeah, okay. You can answer that.
Current football player. Can I have a clue?
The blue half of United, Manchester.
Okay. I want to say De Bruyne, but maybe it may not be the case. I just say De Bruyne lah.
Yeah, it's actually De Bruyne.
Yeah.
Often cited by pundits as a comparison. He's actually
Oh, that's a high praise, man.
yeah, for him to be playing. Okay, lah, Gaps, I give you a simple question. Okay, since you said that he won the Premier League in 2019-20, right? Any individual awards that he won?
Young player of the year.
Correct.
Oh, I didn't expect that. I just took a shot.
Yeah, I thought it was the most assists or something.
PFA Young Player of the Year. lah.
There's one more question for me, bro. Don't forget.
Yeah, in the... Okay, going back to the 2019...
Embarrassing.
Oh,
job.
listen lah. Going back to the 2019-20 Premier League season, right? How many assists did he created, Trent? Sashi's question. Not you to answer, okay?
I'm just gonna take a guess. I think overall he was. Overall was 18, but I think in the Premier League alone was 12 or 13. I'll just go with 13.
13. Yes, you're correct, bro.
Whew!
Whoa,
A new record for a defender at that time.
Draw. Okay, now we can end the quiz, bro. Now we can end the quiz.
What's the score?
3-all.
3-all lah.
3-all.
4-3, bro.
Where got 4?
Bro, you know it's fake news, right? That's what
Okay,
you-
3-all, okay. So I'll just ask this question. You all just say your name and then you can win this.
Jeez, the road run, bro.
Huh? This is very easy, bro.
Okay.
Okay. You ready, yeah?
How to answer first?
Just say your name lah.
Say my name.
Or
Just shout out the answer. Lah.
okay, just shout out your answer. In what city was he born in?
Liverpool.
So, Liverpool quiz, we have a United fan winner.
Yay!
That shows how
Shows how
United
I-
fans are obsessed about Liverpool. Yay!
Hey, all the questions I asked, the level of the difficulty is easy,
Bro, don't trust Chet. Piece of shit.
Bro, I even took some guesses for that, so.
Yeah.
I would say it's exactly 8.
So, yeah, I hope you guys had fun looking at this, making ourselves a fool, understanding.
Yeah, I think today was at the beginning it was emotional, maybe angry, but it's kind of fun lah. Overall, the whole journey this season as a Liverpool fan has been one of the best. It's a shame that Arsenal had to be next season FC again. Hopefully, during this podcast live, we will compete for a title together. Hopefully.
Hopefully, I'm looking forward for next season. Although the season not yet end, like what you say, if we are more competitive in the league, at least we can watch the league together and then we can have something to shout about together, lah. Because it's a bit dour for us because looking at the league and all the games that we play.
I guess you guys should feel lucky because even though you guys are next season FC as well, you are still winning trophies along the way.
Yeah.
Touch wood lah, right? But yeah, for me, that's a wrap lah, guys. Thank you so much for being a part of the show. Keep sharing your comments, keep sharing this podcast out there because we want to gather more people that like-minded to us, United and Liverpool fans that are in Malaysia, maybe all over the world.
Yep.
You guys see this.
Yeah.
And apparently, based on the comments, you have people from London, unless there's another fake news TV out there. But yes, thank you so much, guys. We'll see you. Oh yeah, Fapes, thanks for reminding. Subscribe if
Yeah.
you haven't already.
Make sure you guys subscribe and also share to among the people you know. So you can get us more reach, and then we'll provide you more contents. Or you guys can just let us know what you want to see in our next podcast, or be more. We look forward to be more interactive with you guys.
Exactly. If you guys want to share this, feel free to share this. more than willing to embrace and also discuss those topics.
If you need Gabby to talk about England also can.
Yes, probably.
We are waiting to reach a certain subscriber level so that we can go live.
Yeah.
And then once we do, then we can engage,
Definitely.
directly. So till the next episode.
Okay, see you guys.
See you guys.
Bye.